oils, as I wanted to just explain to you the benefits of essential oils and how I use them in my daily life. I know I've mentioned a couple of times in other videos where I've been using essential oils, but I wanted to actually give you a broader view of what they can be used for, how they can be used in their home, and why I choose to use essential oils over other products. So one of the main benefits of essential oils that I like is that they replace other toxins in the household. So where you might end up using other fragrances, other cleaning products, you can actually use essential oils in their place. Some toxins in the home come in the form of synthetic fragrances and flavourings. So flavourings in a lot of processed foods. These are chemical based, and an accumulation of these can be attributed to sensitive skin and even some other health conditions which aren't really very well researched. So essential oils are great for people who tend to have sensitivities to things within the household. So maybe things that are heavily fragranced or things that are very processed and have a lot of chemicals in them. Essential oils are plant-based and they are derived directly from plants into an oil form using a couple of different ways, and they contain lots of different properties, for example antibacterial properties, and these are in a concentrated form and they can have multiple uses. So they can in some cases be used in food. They can also be used as part of your cleaning regime. They can be beneficial for certain health elements such as the digestive system or helping to boost the immune system. And one thing that most people know essential oils to be used for is aromatherapy as well. So I just want to say, this is not an ad, I'm not trying to sell you something, I'm not getting paid to do this, but I do want to talk about quality. Many essential oils are packed with other things, extra chemicals, which of course then means that they are not doing the job that we are buying them for, and the regulation is poor. So a company could write on a bottle 100% lavender, for example, and it might not be 100% lavender. Whilst there is a huge debate on what essential oils are pure and what aren't, I have gone with the company Doterra. So it looks like this. They seem to be the best in being the most transparent that I've seen so far in how and where they source their ingredients from. So moving on to the oils themselves. One oil can be used for a variety of different outcomes. So it might be useful for cleaning, but it also might be useful for the digestive tract. So many plants are in here. So it's important to say that when you do use an essential oil, you only need 1 drop. I've chose 5 of my favourite oils, as there are many different oils, but I wouldn't be able to go through all of them with you today. And one reason I have limited it to 5 is that despite the fact that there are so many different oils, it's really important to find the oils that suit you. And so you don't need to go and buy the whole thing. You might just buy 1 or 2 oils, and as they have different uses, they might actually do everything you need them to do. So I'm going to start with lavender. The way I use lavender is mostly just for aromatherapy. So I find the smell very relaxing. So either when I get home from a hard day at work or when I am getting into bed, if I want to sort of de-stress, maybe I'll use it as part of a meditation. I just take it, I apply just 1 drop to my hands, rub it in, and then smell it like that. I take a deep breath in, and I often find just that helps me to relax. Another way I use lavender is I add it to a spray bottle with some filtered water, and I also use another essential oil which is frankincense, a couple of drops each, and shake it together, and it makes a really nice smelling perfume. It is much cheaper than buying store-bought perfumes, as this whole bottle may cost the same as a store-bought perfume, whereas this will last a year. So the main benefits of lavender are that it can soothe skin irritations, it can reduce the appearance of skin imperfections, and provides that relaxing quality that promotes sleep. So ideas of how to use lavender: you could add it to an unscented shampoo. You could make a spritz bottle and spray it on your pillow just before bedtime. You can also make it into a roll-on with another carrier oil and apply it to maybe your wrists or your feet to help you sleep. So essential oil number 2 I have is peppermint. And the way I use peppermint is actually to give me alertness. So peppermint has a very strong smell and it's a very invigorating smell. And so I actually just take the bottle with me if I'm going to work. I might smell a bit in the mornings and it actually helps me to wake up. Other uses that you could do is add a drop to tea to make peppermint tea. That tea can also help to reduce a stomach upset. It promotes oral health, so it can be added to like a homemade toothpaste. You can make your own mouth rinse by using peppermint oil and maybe lemon oil as well. It can be added to a carrier oil and rubbed into the neck and shoulders to relieve tension. So as well as smelling the peppermint oil, you can add just a drop to the wrists and rub it in, or use a carrier oil if you have very sensitive skin, and then that can help you to feel more awake. So essential oil number 3 I have is called Melaleuca, but that is also known as tea tree. Melaleuca I have previously used in a homemade deodorant and also have used it to make my washing smell really nice. I use an unscented soap for washing my clothes, but it has some other really great benefits. So it's very rejuvenating for the hair and the skin and the nails. It actually contains cleansing properties and it can support a healthy complexion. Some uses for Melaleuca are to apply it to aching muscles after you've had a workout or a hard day at work. You can add some drops to a spray bottle with some water and use it as a kind of cleanser for household surfaces. You can also use it by applying just a drop onto an affected area like a spot or a blemish, and it can help that to heal. And you can add it to any creams you already have. It can be good for eczema as well as acne or some other skin irritations as well. So then the last 2 I have are both blends. So the first blend I'm going to talk about is Deep Blue. The main benefits of Deep Blue is that it can release tension, it can produce relaxing effects, and it can target areas of the body if you use it topically to provide release and comfort. If you have a very manual job, you can apply Deep Blue to your lower spine after a long day of lifting, or apply to any aching muscles like your feet to provide some relief. If you're feeling particularly stressed, you can add it to your wrists and your neck and shoulders to help release some of that stress out of the body. And it can also be used before exercise as well. It can be very stimulating. So I'll generally use that when I've had a hard day at work, or I'll also use it on my stomach if I'm getting stomach pains as well. The last one I want to talk about is On Guard. Now this is a pretty powerful one. This is also a blend. It's very sort of cinnamony, clovey, like autumn kind of smell. And this one can actually support your immune system. It provides antioxidant effects, and so you can use this internally. But like I said before, no more than 1 drop a day added into your food. It also can be used for cleaning, so the same as the Melaleuca. It can act as an antibacterial, so just adding a few drops to a spray bottle, shaking it up and spraying it around the house, wiping it down, can be beneficial for cleanliness in the home without having to use those harsh chemicals. Another way that I use On Guard is by putting a few drops in my soap for my washing. And one great thing, especially at the moment, is that you can add a few drops of this to a carrier oil or to a cream, and it can actually act as a natural hand cleanser. Even though all of these are not natural aromatherapies, you can still put a couple of drops in a diffuser and they can make the house smell really, really nice. So that's 5 of the ones I generally use most. I do use some more in the household. So I'm just going to talk about safety. I would always recommend checking out the brand that you go for, the company that makes it. making sure they're legitimate and they are what they say they are. I would make sure that you read up about the essential oil itself. Some of the essential oils do have some very powerful properties. For example, some of them might cause you to sunburn faster. So whenever you choose to buy an essential oil, read up as much as you can about it and make sure that you take into consideration the ways that you're using it. Not all of them can be consumed in food. A general rule is if you can consume that item as a normal plant, then you can probably consume it as an essential oil, and if you wouldn't normally eat it as a plant, then you probably shouldn't be using it within your food. And lastly, like I said, they're very concentrated. If you use a drop directly on the skin, it could cause a reaction with your skin. So if you have very sensitive skin, then please use a carrier oil. You can get fractionated coconut oil, or you can even use something like olive oil. It's not going to be as nice, but if that's all you have in the cupboard, you can use that. Try things out first, try a drop on your skin, see what happens before you start to include it in your everyday life. And that's it. I hope you got some good ideas from this video. If you're like me, once you get one, you will realize how great they are, and you'll start replacing all of the other products in your life just to create a nice, healthier, less toxic home. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!